G'day, Dave here with today's quote. Identify your problems, but give your power and energy to solutions. Identify your problems, but give your power and energy to solutions. This is from Tony Robbins. So let's dive in. Okay, well, we all have problems. Some huge, some tiny. In fact, there's probably a lot more tiny ones and not too many big ones. But the reality is that every single one of us, including myself, focus on the big ones. The little ones kind of move along. They may or may not really be problems, but they kind of underline everything else. But what we do is we focus on our biggest problem, and that holds us right back rather than feeling the success of overcoming all these problems. But the idea here is in the quote is that we identify our power to solutions. So we put our power and energy on a solution. So our energy comes in the form of you or I taking action. And the action is in whatever the solutions are. So our power is our thought, our energy is taking actions, and we need to focus those on the solutions. And the solutions may not be something that we can cope with. In fact, most people who have problems have those problems because, in fact, they don't know how to find the solution to that specific problem. And so sometimes they need to be broken down into their component parts to say, okay, well, if I've got this big problem, can I break it down into this problem and this problem and this problem and this problem? They sort of all accumulate and kind of work. And it may be that this problem up here can be fixed right now, and then maybe you can work on this one here and one right at the top, and it kind of moves around. But it can also be that the power that we've going on here, our own life experiences, may not allow us to get beyond this big problem. So what do we do about it? Well, this is where we elicit the help of other people. And this can come in the form of mentors, coaches, other friends who are able to offer a different viewpoint, a different vantage point, a different level of experience. And in most cases in the world that I'm sort of now traveling in, typically this is referred to as a mentor, someone who has been there and done it before you. Now the thing is that that mentor doesn't have to be Bill Gates. It doesn't have to be Tony Robbins. It doesn't have to be Jeff Bezos or Richard Branson. It doesn't have to be any of these people. It doesn't have to be the Prime Minister or the President of the USA or whomever it is. It just needs to be whomever you may know that has got to that problem and solved it, or one stage further. It doesn't have to be anybody super way up there with all sorts of experience. It just has to be someone who's got this problem taken care of. And the whole reason being is that, well, if someone's taking care of the problem that's here, they've got a problem that's even bigger just out beyond them, and they're needing a mentor themselves. But for me, it would be, okay, well, here's my problem. Can I knock on their door? Can I ask them a question? Can I say, hey, please help me out here. Give me some pointers as to what I need to do. And it might be that I have all the power I need to take care of this problem. I just don't know how to go about it, whereas they have. So that's where it comes into. And this is where focusing our power and our energy on the solution can be either pinpointing specific parts of that problem, or even tackling some of these little tiny ones along the bottom here, so that our confidence and experience builds so that we can then see what the big problem is. Or it's a question of, hey, let's phone a friend, as the saying goes, right? We'll call this mentor, we'll get their advice and figure out what to do. And it might not be as simple as, hey, I'm going to call them up and they're going to say, oh, well, Dave, this is all you need to do, and away I go. It could be that, well, for me to solve this problem through their experience, I have to do many different steps along the way to chunk it down and get it sorted out. But it will still get done. So with that, identify the problems, but put your power and energy on their solutions. From Tony Robbins and myself, Dave the Enlightened Plumber, have yourself an awesome day. Make sure you have your problems identified. And this is more about the clarity statement of, well, not just, oh, I don't have money. Okay, well, what about not having money is your problem? Is it your area of how do I earn more? Is it that I need to spend less on what I've got? There could be a whole lot of reasons in that question, and it's not all about money, it's whatever. But anyway, so identify your problems using clarity, and then focus your power and energy on the solution to that problem. Not meaning that you have to solve it, or that I have to solve it. It just means that someone you may know might be able to help you along that way. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.